Check it.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we are back talking about some Need for Speed 2015 content, and today we're going to go ahead and talk about the activities that have been added to Need for Speed 2015. Now, if you don't know what these are, essentially they're kind of like the skill challenges that are in the crew and the skill challenges that are in Drive Club. However, they are based around drifting and speeding, basically, going around a course as fast as possible. I'm going to quickly explain it and just kind of give you some tips maybe on how to improve your game in these challenges. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So firstly, we're going to go ahead and talk about the drift challenges. Now, again, these are scattered around the map. You've got to find them before they come up on the map and stay on the map. And you've actually got to complete them. And then once you complete them, they'll stay on the map and you can go back there and you can redo it and you can beat your friends through autolog and whatnot. But essentially, drift events. What can you do to improve your score? Now, you can go either way. So you can either try it in reverse or in, normal mode. Now, there isn't like a set way you're supposed to do the drift challenges. So I recommend doing them both ways and seeing which way may be easier to enter the corner, and basically just try to already start sliding before you enter the zone, because that's going to get you a few extra points. Besides that, it's pretty simple. I'm sure you guys know how to drift around a corner. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. It's pretty simple. You just go around a corner and you slide, and then if you hit the wall, you're basically fucked. So it's pretty simple. Just slide and don't hit the wall and you'll be fine. You can go from either way, so you might want to go ahead and experiment with that. They're scattered around the map, and basically that's all there really is to it. Just make sure you're sliding before you go into the corner and you're going to be 100% fine. Obviously, you're going to want to go ahead and use a drift car for it. I thought that was pretty self-explanatory, so I didn't I wasn't going to mention it, but now I have mentioned it. So you want a drift car and you'll be fine. To be honest, these activities are something which I can see myself doing as I'm just cruising around. It's not something I'm going to go out of my way to do. So maybe if you're just there, you're in a drift car, just go for it. It's quite addicting when you do go for a few times, and I can imagine it'll get quite addicting if you're trying to beat a friend's score, and that's where they're really going to come into play the most. But overall, that's my kind of basic advice, is that you can actually do them in reverse, use a drift car and enter into a drift before you go into the certain section that requires you to drift. Now, from the hour or two that I played with these challenges, I did notice that the speed ones were a hell of a lot harder. So basically with speed events, if you go too slow or hit a wall, your time will be cancelled. So it really does promote precision racing, and that's something which is really interesting about this whole update. It really does promote precision driving, and it's definitely the case with this mode. Now, you kind of want to, but when you're doing these speed runs, you really want to be careful about the traffic. You want to do it in an area where the traffic has just gone past. You want to make sure that your route is clear, so maybe just kind of drive through it before you go, make sure the route's clear, and then go for it. It's a bit hard to do this in some areas, I can understand. In some areas you might get cops on you, so that's again another issue for another situation, but just kind of making the route as clear as possible is a very important thing. But again, you can't really do too much about that. That's just the game being the game. As well as that, try to keep your speed up, otherwise it will be cancelled. If you do go under a certain speed for a certain amount of time, you are going to get penalized, and using a race car instead of a drift car obviously is going to make a huge difference. When you kind of going into those little winding sections and you're at pretty low speeds and you need to get your speed up, otherwise your time will get cancelled, it can be really challenging. So just have a few goes at it. The speed events are definitely the ones that you're going to need to have a few goes at before you master. There's a bunch of times which I tried to do a speed event and failed, and that's fine. I'm not perfect. So that's basically all there is to activities. Honestly, very straightforward. You guys will understand it as soon as you get in, but I wanted to show some gameplay because again, you guys may not have seen much of this round. But anyway, that has been it from me, guys. There's going to be much more Need for Speed content on the way, especially as it drops on Wednesday tomorrow. I'm going to have some videos of me playing through some of those speed lists with you guys, hopefully. So if you want to go ahead and see that, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.